I can turn my volume back up. Welcome to episode, 27?
Yes.
Okay, got the number right. Cool. Yeah, we are doing a beer review. We've got a bunch of beers down here. Thanks to everyone who dropped those off to us. We'll try to work through as many as we can. And sorry we are 2 minutes late. We had to wait for Jason to finish some shopping. So
we got talking beer toys, and I needed to order one, and so I had to do some shopping.
Yeah.
Kegs, which I know a lot of you do, and you need a counter pressure filler. We were just talking about the tap cooler filler. Well, they sell it's on Great Fermentations for sure. It's on Amazon through Great Fermentations.
Yeah,
it's amazing. You need an external source of CO2 as well as a source feeding your keg, but especially for bottling really highly carbonated stuff, like I like my ciders sparkling, and I like a lot of my mixed fermentation beers really highly carbonated. Being able to counter pressure fill those things is amazing. I used to waste so much stuff trying to fill bottles with one of those plastic, a growler filler things. Mm-hmm. And so buy it. It's $100 probably, but it's the best purchase I've made in years.
Yeah, I was that's why I was filling a couple bottles for you guys today, and I couldn't find a tube, and I just went straight out of the tap into a bottle, and it was foamy. And I think if you guys get to that black IPA I gave you, got half a bottle because the damn thing foamed over, and I couldn't. I was having a bad time of it. So now I will be the proud owner of a tap cooler bottle filler for my taps. If Amy's watching, I'm sure she'll be super excited. Yeah. But thanks to Christmas and shipping, it'll be here sometime next year. So
perfect, just in time for more beer. Huh?
Yeah. Maybe since the club has a YouTube page now, maybe I can do a tap cooler tutorial and post it.
There you go.
There it is.
I had to have him come over and try to help me figure out how to use my what are they?
Your flow control taps.
Flow control taps, yeah.
Those are too fancy for me. I don't know how to work that magic.
We got it figured out, I think.
There's another YouTube tutorial. There you go. We're coming up with the ideas. Oh yeah.
Well, normally at the beginning of the show, did you already pour, Jason?
Yeah.
We would ask, what everybody's drinking. Since this is a homebrew review. I guess we're all going to start on the same thing. I know I'm empty too. So yeah. I didn't even pre-drink tonight. I spent my last 2 hours.
I was
beer faring.
Yes, thank you for that. I realized I probably should have left some extra beer out for you for all the running around. So next time, I'll get you some extra shit. What are we starting on?
So we're starting with Tim Wickland's. What did we just call it? Berliner. It's a Philly sour Berliner Weiss that he brewed, and if I remember correctly, it was with Sabro hops, and the Philly sour yeast. And I'll let you guys finish pouring. I quite am enjoying it.
Yeah,
that's full. Oh boy,
it's 3% too, right?
Yep, low ABV. I think it's 3.5%.
Perfect.
I'm being terrible. He dropped it off to me this weekend, and I talked to him about it and forgot it. It's got a slightly juicy characteristic for a Berliner. It's interesting.
It reminds me a lot of my my sour New England a little bit. Yeah. 3%. Yeah.
It is super easy to drink. See where that's crushable. I'm glad it's only 3%. It's a good way to start the night. Not at all sour, like I was expecting. My few or limited exposure to Philly sour is more on the sour edge. And I talked to Tim about this. Brian and I, we did our cider with Philly sour, and that got way, way too sour. But even drinking, I think, Dane's pale a few months ago with Philly sour, that was pretty tart. And then you did a New England with Philly sour, right, Brian?
Yeah, and that was just tart enough, I guess. It was noticeably more tart than a normal New England would be. I'm sure it was I didn't take a pH reading, but I'm sure it was like in the 3.4 to 3.6 range.
I do enjoy the Philly sour yeast though. That's one of my favorite beers I made this year was using that yeast.
So I'm sure this won't be the first time I say it tonight, and it's probably just because of the container, but I would like it more carbonated.
Somebody just ship
But I
him
like
a bottle
everything
of
more.
CO2.
I know. I just need to yeah.
So it's
no. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's interesting. Tim said that he felt the hops dropped off, and maybe the hop bitterness is pretty low or less noticeable. But Sabro is supposed to be that stone fruit, tropical fruit.
I always get coconut.
And coconut, yeah.
And I think that maybe we're more sensitive to flavors that we don't usually care for. Like I don't usually like coconut in anything. Like I like Sabro a lot, but I don't like coconut at all, like as like a dessert or anything like that. And so I can pick up those flavors because I usually don't care for them. And I get coconut in this thing too.
Really?
I'm getting tropical.
Oh,
yep.
So maybe that's why mine's a little less carbonated. No, it's no problem, Tim, at all. Like it still had plenty of foam and stuff when I poured it, so it's not like I'm drinking flat beer or anything.
Now, is this the one, Tim, that you pitched something wrong here, right? You pitched your yeast into God damn it, what was it? You know what I'm talking about, right, Brian?
Yeah, I know there's a story here somewhere.
There is. I think he like pitched. Yeah.
Was that for Big Brew Day? He did a double brew day. He did a double brew day and pitched something into something else. Yeah, into a sanitizer.
Into sanitizer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would also like to say congrats on the three of us for matching this evening. That's off topic of the beer, but
go us. That wasn't even discussed ahead of time for once.
I know we got a lot of beer to drink tonight, but I'm gonna drink some more of this because Tim, this is
only 3%. Yeah, it's basically at this point.
I really like it. It's I don't get any off flavors. It's pleasantly tart. I like the tropical flavor. I agree it could have had more carbonation, more sparkle, but I get it. I'm in the same boat with you. I fucking blew all the CO2 out of the beers I bottled for him tonight.
I mean, it kind of depends on what you're going for. Like I'm drinking it now, and like if it was supposed to be more of like a sour, like maybe I want more bubbles. But if it's like an IPA, it's actually kind of okay. And my brain is struggling right now because it's both those things to me. It's like it's such a new style. You don't really see sour hopped beers because prior to Philly sour is kind of a pain in the ass to do that. Yeah.
So David's asking an actual question. Berliners are supposed to be more carbonated. I believe they are. In fact, just in the feedback that I got recently on my Berliner, that was one of the comments from, I think, two of the judges was my carbonation was low because I submitted kind of older bottles. But so yeah, Berliner Weiss is supposed to be more sparkling, more not quite champagne-like, but more on that heavier side of the CO2.
Yeah, I can't think of any sour style that isn't probably on the higher end of things. I think carbonation, just like fruit, just does like nice things to. Hey, Mark.
Yep. But no, in talking to Tim, I know that he, I think he went a little warmer on this to get a little bit more body. I think he said it finished out at 10:14. I think it works. The body's noticeable, slight sweetness, not under attenuated, but it kind of complements the tartness. The Philly sour, which I think gives a lime characteristic to me, I think fits in with the tropical fruit flavors.
Yep, I was gonna say I tasted a lot of lemon in it, so I'm glad you confirmed that. Because after Brand's coconut comment, I thought it was crazy. Pardon me.
And then, Star Sand Bath for your yeast. It works.
I don't know, David. Oud Brew and Flanders, I still think I prefer them on the higher end of carbonated. I mean, I don't think that they're going to be up in the like 3.5 volumes like level, but I think that probably like medium to high carbonation is probably still appropriate, right? I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up, but I don't usually care for anything that has like any sort of acidity at like anything below like maybe like a medium amount of carbonation. And I think I usually prefer higher. But again, that's me. I'm like the I don't know, carbonation whore, I guess. So I don't know. I'm gonna say this with all this beer, probably. Like I like it. I like a bite to it sometimes.
I'll be interested to see what you say about my Perry, because I feel like I overcarbed it. So
no.
But I generally like my beer on the lesser carb side. So maybe it's
and I know most of the people watching now are probably in our club members. I see Sid in chat, who I used to work with. For those that don't know, we were talking about Philly Sour. Philly Sour is a relatively new type of yeast that's on the market. It's a Lachantia species yeast, where normal brewers yeast is like Saccharomyces. It was found in a graveyard in Philadelphia, like harvested off of like a flower or something like that. It's a little bit unique in that it fits everything that brewers need from yeast, in that it can attenuate. Don't you put that thing up? Are you? He's working on putting a banner up. I know.
The banner.
No.
It can attenuate like all the sugars that we need in our wort to a reasonable amount, like 70-75%. But it also produces lactic acid too. So that's where we get our tartness from. So we can brew sour IPAs without having to pre-sour the wort and wait a day or two. And it produces like a really good beer too.
Yeah, I would say for anybody who hasn't tried it, like do it. It's great. It easily, like I said earlier, turned out to be one of my favorite beers this year. There it is.
I should just change my name in that.
That would be good.
In chat or something, yeah. We'll get that going. As we finish off this beer, what are we working on next? I think we have two from Brandon. We have an IPA and a Dunkel. We have a Hams clone from David that was brewed with Noble Simcoe.
What's the name of the Hams clone, dude? Hold on. It is Getting My Hammy, or
David's in chat. I'm sure he'll comment.
Get these hams.
Get these hams.
Hams. Oh, I love it.
We got a couple Perrys. We have a black IPA. I feel like I'm missing something from somebody.
I'm really interested.
Drew has a seltzer.
Oh yeah, we have two Perrys. We have Drew seltzer, a Dunkel, a Citra IPA, Hams clone. Going back to what Jordan said, though, that he thinks it's got his Perry overcarbonated. I actually would like to maybe try that one, even though it's one of ours.
Yeah, feel free.
But yeah, pick it. Where we go next?
Let's do. I'm in a seltzer mood. We can have another one of those episodes, and
love myself some seltzer.
I still haven't done one, but yeah, David said this is brewed with Lutra, which is a Kveik yeast, a single strain Kveik yeast that was harvested from their Hornindal blend. I think Omega's Hornindal blend.
Yes,
they singled it out.
Hornindal, and they isolated.
Yeah, Brandon we'll see. But yeah, he really recommends it for making seltzer. It's really clean. It's a quick fermenting yeast, really stress tolerant. So yeah, we'll see how that goes in a little bit too. I think Drew, he's going to grab some of his seltzer too. Drew made his seltzer with distiller's yeast, I think.
Interesting.
I don't have a ton more idea than that. I'm not sure what the flavor is or anything like that. I know he's in chat, so maybe he'll he'll comment on. But
So we have 2 seltzers down here. Who are they from? Again, it was one's from Drew, or do we only have the
Jason.
one seltzer? Oh,
Jason.
Jason's. Great. Okay.
I think that's
Yeah,
a blueberry raspberry.
So the seltzer that I gave you, yeah. So I did use the Lutra. We actually talked about it. That seltzer that I gave you guys tonight, we talked about with Lance 2 weeks ago. I brewed it with Lutra and Omega's Proper Seltzer. I was super, super happy with it. Because of my lack of temperature controlling, it didn't ferment out of the way, so it ended slightly sweet, but I liked it, so I went with it. I kegged it. And I'm actually doing a new treatment on it where I've got like 8 different syrups, and I'm flavoring it as I pour instead of flavoring the keg. So the bottles I gave you guys actually put raspberry and blueberry flavoring in the bottle.
Nice. Oh, I'm excited to try it.
I might have put too much in there. I'm still figuring that out, but the process worked, and it works really well on my bar. So which one did you open, Brian?
Is this ASMR if I...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, which one is that? That's
Oh, this is Drew's Distiller's Yeast Seltzer.
So we got 2 flip top Grolsches.
yeah. Which
David,
one is it?
It's the non-Grolsch. It's the brown one.
Brown. All right.
So I'd like to say, it's great to do this show where we have our friends give us free beer, and then they all get together and sit and watch us get drunk.
I know. I don't know why we have 10 people like wasting 60 to 90 minutes of their life tonight, watching us drink alcohol.
I know we have no guests. We're not official tasters. We're not certified judges. You just gave us shit to sit here and watch us get drunk and make fun of Brian. So
that's fair.
Thank you.
Basically.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Trying to.
So my initial smell, and Drew commented that he may not use distiller's yeast next time, but I get a little like sulfur on the nose.
Oh boy.
I do.
Don't break your
Yeah.
So I do it, and is that a distiller's yeast thing? I mean, because I'm assuming this is just dextrose, so there's not like any other malt in there that would put off a sulfury. It's got to all come from the yeast, right?
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be like a nutrient thing, maybe, or something. Yeah. It could also be like it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it too, so there might still be nutrients or something like in suspension. A lot of like pros end up like filtering out seltzers and stuff like that. I don't taste it though. It actually tastes really clean. Color's
good. I mean, it's a little cloudy, but good. No yellow. Sulfury smell is kind of dissipating as it's out.
Yeah. It's was kind of.
What's the flavor? What do you guys get? Because I'm sure I get pear or something, maybe, or peach.
It could go along those lines. Apricot.
Yeah, light stone fruit. It's super clean. I get the distiller's yeast. It almost has that vodka seltzer type flavor instead of.
I could get that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna comment in chat. Drew said he was gonna go get some of the seltzer, so he might have missed.
He didn't have to go all the way out to his barn, did he?
Yeah.
Just run a tap line to the house.
But no, it's relatively peach and mango. Yeah, stone fruit.
Oh, all right.
It's good. You're good. I mean, the odor is a little weird, but no off flavors. You don't get it in the flavor.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, I could go for more bubbles. I could always go for more bubbles, especially in seltzers. So I like it to like burn me when I drink it.
I guess the other question I would have is what type of was this used? Did he use his house water or did he use RO and then I guess put salts in it?
Yeah, we got to get better about getting all the details, maybe, so we can kind of talk about that stuff too. But
Well,
I guess
yeah.
that's all learning.
if we weren't doing this in the last minute, and you run around picking shit.
Right, yeah. What was it? It was like 3 p.m. today or something like that. We only had like 4 beers or something. And then Brian's like, oh, so-and-so's got some. And I'm like, okay. Either that or it was just me not paying attention. And that's when I learned about it all. That probably is more it.
We have an amazing homebrew club. We had I think as of yesterday, maybe we had like one volunteer, and then we had our monthly meeting last night, and today I think I hauled back like 9 different like beers and seltzers and stuff like that. So all of amazing quality. I don't know if he's
next. Ian.
Well, I was going to say I don't know if he's on, but Ian mentioned last night how he thinks like our homebrew club has like a better than average, I guess, quality of product to made ratio versus a lot of other like homebrew clubs and randoms and stuff like that, which I agree with. Having been in the club for 4 or 5 years, and I don't know how long we've been around, but there's a noticeable quality difference between 4 years ago and today with everybody's beer.
Oh, absolutely.
Just yeah.
So I know last night, and for those in the club that are watching, I'm really not giving anything away, but we're in the middle of doing the Keepers Cup, which is a club competition, and I didn't talk about any scores last night, but it's funny that you mentioned what Ian said, and I got that same feedback from all the judges. Like, the beer is better than average across the board, and as a club, I took 20 beers. It's been judged by 3 different judges, so 60 scores, and our average score for the entire competition right now is over 35 points, which is a decent score rating. So just to say, all 20 beers are bringing the numbers. So the club does make good beer and good seltzer.
That's really high. That's cool.
Yeah. The final set of sheets still didn't come today. So it's the seltzer really, really good. Yeah. I mean, I would say try Lutra, just because I'm a big Omega Lutra proper seltzer fan right now.
That'll be my next seltzer. Proper seltzer and Lutra. I'm gonna try it.
How big of pours are we doing? I think I poured probably a good 2/3 of that bottle out. Are we going to try to get through all these tonight? Are we doing like full pours, or? I mean, I don't want to waste this stuff either. So
I'm with you.
It might be going back and.
I'm still trying to process. What do you mean by full pour? I'm drinking the bottle.
Okay, all right.
You're not.
My ears are already warm.
I mean,
I didn't know that was a thing when you drink. Your ears get warm.
Oh, I get like red, rosy cheeks. My ears get warm.
I mean, Tim Wickland kind of screwed me over with a 26-ounce bottle of. Even at 3%, it's still a lot.
Yeah, I still think I actually have a little bit in here. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll get to that through the rest of the show.
But no, the flip tops. I guess we can save away. Drew, what's the ABV on this one?
Good question.
Let's keep tally.
Yeah. My guess is probably 5. Tim gave us a nice little gift too, in these metal refillable water bottles. He said they're only like $1 or something like that. I told him I'd give it back to him, but he told me to keep it. They're kind of nice though, actually.
It's a 20-ounce water bottle, but he had it filled to the absolute brim.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't have it tipped when I opened it up.
So
that was a proper pour.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Both of these have been good so far. I'm actually looking forward to the time where we taste. And hopefully, it's not somebody that we're really good friends with, but we get a beer and we just and want to spit it out. I think that'll be fun. I was listening to Brewlosophy do reviews, and they talk about, this beer smells like, farts and tastes like ass, and like.
Then it gets 37 jerseys.
Yeah.
It depends on how drunk you are, I guess. Near the end of scoring, maybe scores go up a little bit.
I could see that.
So, yeah, nothing. It's hard. You can't really give any other feedback on the seltzer other than it tastes good or bad. It's not like there's no bitterness to comment on, no hop profile. I like how he flavored it. It's light. It's not too sweet. Not really sweet, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the same for most of these beers. It's going to just have to be nitpicky stuff. Like they're all probably going to be like
carbonation.
Good. Yeah, like carbonation. It's a little yellow, right? Like maybe somehow fine it better. I know Ben tonight
knock on it a little bit.
5.5, he says.
Yeah,
Okay.
5.5. That's not bad.
Yeah, Jason, your Lutra seltzer was quite clear even before it was done fermenting. When I saw it, like not even like this sort of tinge, and it's not like it's only barely noticeable as far as that color goes. But I wonder if that's like a Lutra thing.
I say mine. Pardon me. Mine was pretty cloudy and pretty yellow for quite a while it was fermenting. I used champagne yeast and it cleared right up after I had it in the keg and the keezer for a week or so. It's clear as water. It was great. No fining or anything like that. It's just kegged. Worked well.
I would say I was actually surprised the other day. We were online. I don't know if it was a show or something else, Jordan, but you held it up and it looked like you were drinking a glass of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, if it is nutrients and stuff, that stuff will all drop out of suspension, like eventually, right? So that doesn't surprise me that it cleared up and stuff like that. Jordan, your Camsol.
I see that. I don't know what's going on.
Beer goggles or something.
Just gets blurry. That's a great feature. I didn't even know I wanted that.
It works.
Here we are.
So we're going hams next.
Yeah,
let's go ham.
Brandon's IPA that he gave us, he says it was in the process of carbonating still, sort of. He says, enjoy my flat IPA, so we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. I'll probably say something more bubbly.
Is that the Grolsch bottle?
Green Grolsch bottle.
Yeah.
Side by side.
Okay. I should have, but I didn't.
So I don't have the recipe for this either. David, was this brewed truly to be like a hams style beer, like
no, he was
corn
thinking about hams when he brewed
and stuff like that, or I'm curious to taste the Noble Simcoe. Like I know the Noble hops. David was saying it tastes nothing like normal Simcoe, which I can totally understand. The Noble hops are something like 4% or something like that. I think that they take like the dust and stuff from pelletizing, Citra and Simcoe and stuff like that, and crunch them back up into pellets, and they have a really low alpha acid content, and you can use them to make stuff like lagers or whatever. It's clear.
The color a little bit darker than hams, a little bit. I've already done this before though.
Oh.
This is old hat.
Yeah, I got some from a few weeks ago. I did side by side, and smells maltier. Go figure. This is hams is going to be all corn.
Yep.
It has that like American lager like aroma to it. It's not skunky. It's the not quite. It's like a I don't know how to describe it. It probably is the corn. Honestly, it's like that. Very fragrant, clean, not so maybe sort of musty aroma. I know it sounds unappealing, but like it's the best way that I can.
No, but I mean,
and I say that in a very generous
that's
way.
What a lot of American lagers are that's what they are. It is skunkier. It's
Yeah.
That's the flavor of this American lager or faux pilsner.
It's really good. It's really clean. It's got a lot of body.
It does. It has more body. It has more maltiness than the regular hams, but the astringency is good. And I think that's what I was going for earlier was, you drink an American lager, especially a macro lager, you get that clean, drying astringency feel.
Yep.
And on this, it's weird because it's a craft, so it's got a little bit more latent sweetness. Even though I know he said it dried right the fuck out. I think that's just from the malt, maybe. But it's still got that astringency.
I appreciate the use of grits. I don't think I've ever heard of grits being thrown into a beer, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that true to hams? I wonder if David knows.
Corn grits?
Oh, is that what it was? Grits? Is that what grits are? I don't even know what grits are.
Yeah, I think it's cornmeal, right?
Okay.
So David told me that this dried out, and when I remember texting him, 10:09, I remember texting him that I thought it might have had a little bit of latent sweetness, and I think he told me to fuck off because it had dried right out. But because I have all the power and I have the score sheets right now, there are a couple judges that agree with me. So fuck you, David.
Oh.
All right, so Tim found the answer for us. Grits are white hominy.
So I really enjoy it. Grits are white hominy, white corn.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it, but do you guys get any sweetness off of it?
A little.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of lingering sweetness. Like if I'm thinking of a classic American Pilsner, this might be, it doesn't, I don't know if it's not like it doesn't, if it tastes sweeter or if I'm just mistaking that for the extra malt character that I'm getting out of it. Like that could be what I'm doing. I mean, because if it dried out that much, there shouldn't be like any latent sweetness there, but it just might be that extra maltiness that I'm tasting.
I still dig it.
Buy that stuff canned. Mexican style hominy, huh?
Yes, you can. Somewhere, actually have some in the kitchen. It's great.
You buy it like mashed and stuff too. Oh, that's super cool.
So I grew up eating.
It's like a brand almost.
No, grits isn't a brand. It's a thing.
I know, but
it's dried hominy that's crushed in a coarse ground powder that you can then rehydrate. And have you never eaten it?
I don't live in the South, so no.
No, I have with a lot of butter.
I was going to say I don't live in the South either, and I've had it for breakfast at least once this week. So
seriously, like people eat that up here? Like
yeah,
really?
I don't think it's
man. My reality is just shattered. Like
when I married my wife, I eat hominy too. We eat hominy, not like super frequently, but quite a bit when the kids were younger.
I didn't even know that was a thing until right now.
Oh, I love hominy. We have a bunch of hominy, and
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Tim like misspelled something. Like,
no, that's
like auto corrected.
I remember
He said
Amy
white
going
corn
home.
right afterwards, and I'm like, oh.
Amy went home and told her parents that I fed the kids hominy and they liked it, and her parents were like, "That's old people food. Like, why do you eat that? Like, that's hominy. It's not flavorless. You do need a shit ton of salt."
My dad lived in Florida for a few years, and not Florida, excuse me, Georgia. It's like the inland Florida. But yeah, anytime we went out to eat, it was like anytime you ordered something, it came with a side of grits. Like, what is this? Like, looks like weird oatmeal.
Yeah, Yeah, my friend's parents used to eat it a lot. So whenever I'd go over to his house, like if I went like early, like before school or something,
Bone
grits,
thugs and hominy.
bone thugs and hominy,
It's
a lot of
No.
brown sugar and a lot of butter.
like it.
Brown sugar. No, you don't want sweet. Right there.
Yeah, I think that's what we used.
Juanita's. It's good shit.
Okay, so that's a lot more coarse than what I'm used to seeing.
Oh no, that's hominy.
You mash
That's
it
not
up
that.
and
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
grits.
not grit.
Okay.
No, that's so you dry that and you grind it, and then you're gonna get grits from that.
You're basically like eating the equivalent of rehydrated potato flakes, but corn.
but corn. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
here's a question: if you take
How-
grits then and say, you know, put it with a little bit of water and raise it up to like 150 degrees and let it sit, essentially mash it, will it convert?
Figure it out, Brian.
Can you
Do it.
Can you make
just-
your
well,
own like
I'm
sweet
just gonna
breakfast
challenge you.
like cereal?
I mean,
Ferment your grits.
it did convert. I mean, we're drinking it. You're drinking it right here. Of course, it can convert. It's in David's mash.
Right, but he also used base malt, which has the enzymes. I don't know if this stuff has the enzyme to self-convert its own starch, right?
This is right the fuck off topic, like we're used to.
Yeah, well, that's oh no, that's what it's like. Who would have thought that you've been
Uh,
talking about grits this long? I have never talked about grits this long. That's welcome to Michigan grits. This is
Yeah, well, y'all fuckers haven't left yet, so as the viewer count goes down to like 3.
David, I appreciate your hams clone.
I
Even
think
though-
it's fucking delicious. Yeah.
Even though you were probably just like only thinking about it while you were brewing it, it's close enough for me.
eating ham.
I'm kind of with Drew. I'm the potato guy. I'm down with.
I like them both. You gotta have them both if you're really really
all-
into the starchy shit.
all the starch. Yeah.
All of it. Oh, this shit's
Yeah, I'll have to get
devolved
this
already.
recipe. This is really good. This is something that I want to drink, like in the spring.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
not hot weather beer. If it was more dry and had less body, like it'd be more like summery for me. I think like the Noble Simcoe was like, I don't know. I think that was a great idea. Like it's just there enough to add some sort of like brightness to it. You know, it's just like it kind of pops a little bit. It's like it's way better than a fucking Hams.
Wow. Hold on now.
Would you want to drink this or would you want to drink Hams if you had the choice for the rest of your?
Why do I have to choose?
You have to choose.
No.
It's a desert island question.
Oh.
All right, moving on. What are we drinking next?
I think it's great, David. I choose this.
Yeah, no, I
I sat through a homebrew meeting last night and drank like 6 hams. So,
is that what
and
you
that
were
is
drinking?
true. Yeah, I was pounding hams last night, and like David says, you cannot like. I mean, you can't beat the price. You get a 30-pack of hams for $12.98, and
No. It's amazing. That's why I buy it. I mean, why the hell
there
not?
you go. That's great. Look at
Fine, this beer's shit. I'm gonna dump the rest of it out right now. Fuck you. As I drink it. Like I say that I'm gonna dump it out and then I drink it because it's just too good. Like
Now, unfortunately,
I didn't even think about it.
Unfortunately, I've got a hams open too. I got to finish. So
That's your own fault.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Let's do Brandon's IPA.
All right, or Citrus 7.
Yeah, so I didn't get all the deets from Brandon about what this IPA is.
Oh, he's on. He should be able to tell us.
Yeah, again, super real good planning here.
Double two-hearted.
You got a good bottle. I got Bud Light.
I got.
Oh, here goes the beer goggles again. Hold on.
Aren't these twist off? How are these recap?
You know what? Here's my critique and my feedback for Brian. You know,
Oh,
if
hey,
It works.
that
or not Brian,
was fun.
Brandon, why are you drinking so much Bud Light? One, you brew all the damn time, so you've got shit tons of homebrew at home. And two, Hams is far superior and cheaper. So I'm just disappointed.
You gotta have something in the house to please the non-craft beer drinkers. I can't.
Hams.
Can't.
They twisted off. It worked real well.
Some people are branded, man. They gotta drink. They gotta drink something. They have their old men beer.
All right, so Citra, Idaho 7, and Falconer's Flight. So Falconer's Flight, I don't see used nearly enough. It's a blend of 7 C hops, right? I believe Brandon said that.
Yep.
Nose is great on it. It smells awesome.
Great color.
Poured flat.
Brandon just won.
Just gonna get that right out there.
A homebrew competition in Waterville with one of his IPAs. So he's the reigning champion of IPAs in the club, I think. Oh wow, that smells great.
I just want to get in before Brian. It needs more carbonation.
I was just gonna say, damn it, Jason. I was just gonna. But he already said that, so we went into this knowing it, and
then he tells us it's a damn near 8%.
As I fucking poured the whole thing.
Right.
So it's a dual purpose IPA. I actually don't know Falconer's Flight, so I'm looking it up. Floral, tropical, lemon, grapefruit. Why I haven't used it. So Falconer's Flight's proprietary blend of Pacific Northwest hops include the 7 C hops: Cascade, Centennials, Chinook, Citra, Cluster, Columbus, and Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. So it's not actually a flight; it's a hop. It's a blend. Cool.
Which I didn't know until it might have even been earlier this year. Somebody told me that.
I didn't know until now.
Yeah. Dark Horse used to have a Crooked Tree with Falconer's Flight. That was always really good. It's like the only commercial beer that I can think of that like regularly used it.
Maybe I'm thinking like maybe I'm just being crazy, but didn't somebody buy Dark Horse?
Rogue.
Yeah. Yep.
Rogue. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Good.
Rogue. I don't believe Aaron or that family is involved at all anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. Their Facebook posts have been very more corporate-y lately instead of the old Dark Horse like punk sort of stuff. So I don't know. I feel like something's changed there as far as management goes, but yeah. I barely reached out. I think Dark Horse used to have a Falconer's Flight variant. Yeah.
So, I didn't even know honestly until today that they actually did blended hops. That kind of changes my world a little bit. That's weird. Why would they do that? Just grow a hop. But whatever. Let's try it. So it smells great. Super fruity. Super clean. No off flavors. Pretty looking beer.
Yep. Needs more carb. But
aside from that, it tastes great.
And I think he acknowledges that. Like,
yep.
That's got a lot of body too. Yeah, that's a really good IPA.
That is awesome. Like honestly, if it was, if it had the, and I know he just started it, but tomorrow or whenever you get the carbonation right on this is fantastic. Probably nitpicky, I guess. Could use a little bit more bitter.
I guess it kind of depends on what style of IPA he's going for.
It's more on the softer side for me.
It reminds me more of a New England, but it's not a New England. But
like definitely more of like I don't know. When I brew my New Englands, like I think that I use like just about this much bitterness, like just enough to sort of balance stuff out. I like the whole experience of like an IPA when like you take a sip and you get a flavor, and you swallow and you get a flavor, and you like exhale and you get a flavor, and like afterwards there's a different flavor, and like I think New Englands that don't have bittering hops are really, really boring. They taste the same the entire time you're like drinking it, and it just makes for like an uninteresting drinking experience. And that's being really picky. I totally get that. Like you can drink a fucking beer and have it taste like orange juice, and it's like amazing. But
I just get a creaminess out of it. Like
this, yeah, absolutely. It's really soft. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I would say, like, totally nitpicking. Like, this is awesome, and I would drink the fuck out of this, and I'd be happy to have it on tap.
I think more carbonation would cut that. And he said that it's still in the process of carbonating, I think. So,
yeah, this would be a solid beer.
Yeah, he said it was carbonated. He transferred it, carbed.
It kind of has like a light pineapple thing going on.
Yep, I can see that.
Like mango.
I get a little bit of a spiciness out of it, like
on the front or the back.
Yeah, on the back. Just a little bit. I mean, just on the tail end there. I don't know what that's coming from, but
yeah, I don't get that, but I'm really bad at that too. I tell Shan all the time that like my palate's worse than hers by tenfold, if not more.
The way that you eat hot sauce would make me understand that you can't really pick up on some subtle spices.
You're the one that's eating like raw Carolina Reapers.
Well, no, but I mean, before COVID and all that shit, and we had you over for dinner, and then you literally like covered a quesadilla in hot sauce from edge to edge. And I'm like, wow, that guy's baller. Like,
it's good. What's the point? What's the point of eating hot sauce if you're not gonna cry? Like, really?
Yeah, real. It evokes an emotion. That's how you know it's good.
Like home cooking just isn't enough. Like you eat a steak and it's like, oh, that's delicious. But yeah, if you don't experience, raw inner emotion and pain, like
I was like, wow,
remember that food?
This guy is hardcore. There's so much. I think I like hot sauces, and I eat, you're right, straight Carolina Reapers, and then here you got, and then not only that, you like finished that and then went in for the bomb and actually got your girlfriend to eat it, which it was why it was a miserable night. There she is. So he talked her into the bomb, which actually should be grounds for termination of relationship, but.
It's the Malone of hot sauces.
Yeah, I will say that I will never make her eat a death nut because that was the most miserable afternoon of my life.
No,
thank you, Brandon, for those.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd probably try one once just to say so, but I haven't had one. And what was that? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, as far as the heat goes, like, it was no worse than the bomb. But it was the stomach, like
it was pure acid. Yeah,
I was in Distant Whistle, sideways on the floor, like I just wanted to puke and I couldn't do it. Jason got out of that early. Yeah,
that's what happened to me with whoever brought that. It was like it looked like black tar. It came in like a little black flask when we did the hot sauce tasting. I want to say David brought it.
Oh, David brought like Satan's toe juice or some shit.
I can't, yeah, it was like black, whatever it was, and I remember trying that, and that's kind of what it was. It was like the spiciness wasn't that bad, but it hit my gut, and oof, that was just.
I disagree, David. I think the bomb is that bad. It's pure hotness for the sake of being like. Awful death nectar. That's what it was.
Ah,
yes, that's what it was. It sounds familiar.
This is the day I ate the Reaper. It's right there
on the ground. It's the Reaper's on the ground because he.
No, not yet. That was a beautiful summer day. Thought I was hanging out with people that I liked. David got us to eat a fucking Naga Viper right before that. I mean, I'm not going to play too far, but yeah, there's everybody standing around watching David and I. Here's David. It's a good shot.
Grouper, man.
We'll just end it there before it goes too far.
Yeah, the name on that video was great.
Yeah, it is. Oh, totally, it is. So somebody, I think it was Tim, commented on that while we were live streaming. I want to say it was Tim. Somebody said something about the pool, and my wife read that as or heard it as pole. And shortly after that, I started stripper pole dancing on my umbrella.
Too bad that wasn't on stream. There we go.
No, it was on stream. It's there.
Oh,
I think it's all recorded.
I'll have
Yeah.
to-
It's all
there we are.
recorded. It's out there. Join Kalamazoo Hot Sauce Enthusiasts if you want to see the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a brew day, and I spent the entire day brewing with John Sutton and drinking like a whole stack of Hot Butcher beer. And then David shows up, and we pound some bananas and Pepto-Bismol, and then tossed down a Naga Viper followed by a Carolina Reaper. And of course I puked off my deck. The fuck?
No one's blaming you. No one's judging at this point.
No.
So, Brandon, another great fucking IPA though. I'm still wondering why you have so much Bud Light in your house though.
He said
That's
earlier,
all.
apparently he buys it just so he can have bottles. But why buy twist offs?
Bottles are
Those
like
those
10
are
or
thinner
12
up
bucks
top.
for a 12 pack at Bell's. Then again, I guess you don't get the beer then though, so I get it. That's fair. But man, that like, did you have to drink all that beer to get to those bottles? Like Brandon brews, I want to say he brewed more than me this year, maybe. Like I think I just barely scratched batch 45 or 50 for the year. That's including ciders and mead and stuff like that. But like, and I give away a lot of my beer. Like, I don't know what you're doing, man. Like, you're brewing so many IPAs and stuff. I don't know like where you're putting this beer. Like,
Well, when COVID's all over and the world returns to normal, his beer will be on tap at Gravel Bottom, Brewing in Grand Rapids, and at Arclight in Waterville Elite, because the fucker knows how to brew some beer.
yeah, Brandon's fucking killed it in competitions this year. Like, absolutely. Like, didn't he won the what's the place in Grand Rapids? Battle Creek.
Territorial. That was
Territorial.
last year.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won Territorials last year too. They probably didn't do it this year, did they?
I don't
Brandon
think
he probably didn't get to. Brandon, did you get to brew your beer this year? I don't think.
I don't think
Yeah,
they did anything
someday.
this year.
Yeah, he says in someday maybe Territorial. Yeah.
So what are we moving on to, boys?
I'm savoring the IPA.
so. Savoring. Pounding.
Oh God. I feel like I chose the last like 3, so that's on you guys.
Well,
We have who do we have left? That's not. We have Brandon's Dunkel.
yep.
I think we've hit everybody except you and Jordan.
Okay, I just want to make sure we hit everybody else's before ours.
No, we've done it. We've done it, Brandon. We
Yeah.
did Tim. We did David. We did Drew's Seltzer. We haven't done Drew's Perry.
Oh
Uh,
no, Drew, that's Jordan's Perry.
Yep, that's my
And I thought Drew had a Perry too. I thought we had 2 Perrys.
Yeah, it's Brian's.
Yeah, what's mine?
Brian's Perry.
Oh, Brian's Perry. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Drew. I'm sorry to confuse something that came from you with Brian.
Like that would offend him. That's
I get it.
Actually, I need to finish. I have a little bit of this IPA left that I got to finish, and then So,
yeah,
what do you want to do then? What's next? The Perry?
yeah. I was.
Well,
I was,
we got to do the Dunkel. Let's get Brandon's done.
All right. That works. That works for me.
All right.
I want to taste everybody's beer as sober as I possibly can before we move on to like.
until you get to ours and
So
Fuck you.
Perry's, and ciders in general usually like more highly carbonated, and I keep saying I like carbonation, but it also fucks me up more. The We Heavy is 10%.
Oof.
Jason's seltzer, again, carbonation. And then his black IPA is, it's ass. So we don't really even need to get to that. Yeah, you heard me.
You're right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're absolutely right.
Oh,
we
I
call
drank
this
like-
a homebrew review show.
Yeah.
And really, when we move forward, when it's not just our friends, this really isn't a homebrew review. So it's just watch your asshole friends get drunk off your shit.
I know.
All right, Funkel Dunker. This time I've got a Hofbrau Oktoberfest.
Oh, I didn't know it came with a.
Oktoberfest beer.
Oh, I got an expedition.
way
This is like,
You get an expedition.
like
I know,
it's
it's like
like
Christmas.
drawing the lottery. Like, oh, what bottle did I get from
I
Brandon?
got Christmas ale.
Christmas ale. Wow.
We can learn so much about our friends based on like the beer, the bottles that they're giving us.
I want to know what year of expedition this was.
So,
15.
For those,
Oh,
Yeah, go.
For
go
those of
ahead,
you that are watching or that may watch this on, we typically do get more viewers on the back end than we do live. Keep your eyes out at Bell's. Bell's is still releasing shit from Larry's cellar, and you, if you can sneak in the snore during the day, you could find some really old shit. I opened a 2008 cherry stout this weekend, and it was amazing. It was. It wasn't anything like a brand new. You could definitely tell it was 12 years old, but it was still held out, wasn't oxidized. Flavor was super cool. The depth on it was awesome. So, and that is kind of a shameless plug. Hopefully, Larry will stumble across this. Larry, we'd love to have you on the air or the show.
absolutely.
So, that said, let's do some Dunkel. Funkel Dunker.
Funkel Dunkel. Yeah.
Did Brandon put any details in the chat about?
Give us the rundown, Brandon.
Yeah.
So
Unless you
while he
already
does
have.
that, beautiful caramel brown pour. It's great. So this might be our last official live show for the year, right? I mean,
Yeah, we got
rolling into the
Christmas coming up.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas is next week, and then New Year's following.
So in January and February, or at least first quarter of the next year, I'm really hoping to get some cool guests on. We've got a line on Stormcloud. We've got a line on some meat experts in the state. Hoping to reach out to some other breweries. If you guys know anybody or want to see anybody, leave us a comment. Probably get back into some homebrew clubs next year too. What else? BJCP.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely are going to have a hopefully like at least another mead show.
Yeah, mead. Yep, mead would be good.
Yeah, I definitely, and I really hope they're not watching tonight because, this is just us getting drunk on air. So we had, Amy,
Great.
we had Amy and Gail from the AHA on last week, and Amy is actually the marketing director for Stormcloud, so she's going to come back with some Stormcloud peep, and we're going to have a Stormcloud show. So April, that'll be cool, and soon. She's already reached out to me, so I got to nail that down with her next year. Gail is not only a BJCP Grandmaster, but she's also the head of the Michigan Mead Cup. So we're going to talk to her about meads, get them back on. We're going to have some other BJCP judges on to talk about the BJCP judging process, what it takes to be a BJCP judge, and kind of what that means. Hopefully we'll have some other well-known, nationally recognized local brewers on. And then I'm also reaching out to brewers across the state. So let's see if anybody's watching this. We're going to try to get Holmes on. Who else, Brian? Who do you want? Jordan? Who do you want? Let's try to get Roke. Let's see what Roke did with the...
Yeah. That's...
We potentially have an in with Larry. So
let's get Larry on.
Don't jinx that. I really want, I really, really hope that Larry's not watching the show, but I would love that chance to talk with Larry. One episode. I'd love another.
Hopefully, would be
another
really
chance.
cool.
He was here once. He's aware that we exist.
I'd love to have another episode and just talk malt with John Mallet.
John Mallet, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally wrote the book on it.
Mhm.
Literally, it's right there. Yeah.
So Dunkel's Weiss beer or Dunkelweizen, right? So it's not a style that we see a lot around here. I think we see a lot of Hefeweizens, but maybe not like a Dunkel's. So it's pretty much like a Hefeweizen. It's just a little darker. It might have a little bit more caramely notes, maybe a little bit more like vanilla, breadiness, like things like that. Just the flavors that we associate with the malts that will give it this darker color, along with like the banana and clove and stuff that we normally associate with like the phenolic characters of like a ice beer, so esters and stuff like that. So
stupid fucking good.
So,
Fuck you,
yeah.
Brandon.
So yeah, he did say it's what do you say?
It's a lager yeast, not a Weizen.
Yep.
So we're not going to get. You shouldn't get the bananas and cloves, and I don't. I do get super caramel. I get a little bit of raisin. It is dark. It's definitely in that stouter porter. It's got a ruby red color to it.
Sorry about that, Brandon.
Yeah, no banana or clove, but the nose.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just bready and dark. Malty. Hot presence is relatively low, which I think it's supposed to be. Kind of slight sweetness, and it's fucking good. God, it's fucking good.
It reminds me of it's like a Schwarzbier light or something.
Oh yeah, that's I was just thinking. I was trying to think of the term, but I was like, yeah, Schwarzbier kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, more bready. I drink this and I think of like white bread, sort of like what it tastes like to just chew like a piece of that bread, especially with like the crust.
What did he say? What yeast he did use?
You said lager yeast.
Yeah. That I was gonna say it's super clean. Like
it's so clean.
Not getting much out.
I really would like the recipe on this one, Brandon. Tim. Fuck you.
One thing that we're working on doing is it's 3470, so that's the Weinheitsstefaner strain. One thing that we're looking at doing is getting the like a Keepers of Craft recipe repository going and linking that from our website. So hopefully one of these days, so I'm trying to hold back a burp and talk at the same time. I don't want to burp in the microphone. If I keep pausing, it's because I keep swallowing it down. One of these days, I think it would be great for us to have like a repository that we can link all these like recipes to that we're drinking all these like amazing beers from. So we'll get that down at one of these days. We used to use Brewtoad for that. They're not around anymore.
I never got to use Brewtoad. Never signed up.
It was a nice little like resource for like storing recipes, and the biggest I think benefit was being able to just join a group and have like all those group recipes like presented and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll get back there. But yeah, I would love this recipe too. If you want it shared, Brandon, like by all means, like I'd love to even like post it to our Facebook page or something. We've been talking about making a website too. I don't know what we would do with it. I'm a web developer I don't want to say by trade, but like in my spare time. So it's not like I can't make a website for Michigan Brews, but I don't really know what we do with it right now.
I agree.
We've had requests too to put out this stream as a podcast, which I think we can look into too. I don't think we want to do that quite yet until we make sure that all of our audio, is consistently quality.
Agreed.
And we have an intro and outro like that's consistent. And we'll probably have to put a little bit of time into like editing too, a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
we'll get there.
I'm thinking, Brian, like with recipes, like at least for Michigan brews, I know for keepers, maybe it'd be good to have it on the keeper site, but at least for Michigan brews, maybe we can just have it, share the recipe on screen here and just kind of walk through it and be like, hey, this is what this brewer did, and as we're doing these beer reviews. Yeah, it might be.
I think that would be amazing. That'd be such a good idea. That would require additional preparation. More than one day before the show.
Yeah, yeah. We got to be on our shit more. Yeah,
so I think the recipe should definitely go on the keeper site. But it would be cool to share them. Here and. Yeah, this is definitely a keepers thing, Brandon. You should share this. It's good. You're gonna win some shit with this one. So did you actually, on that 3470, did you actually logger it? Like, and if you did, how long did you logger it for?
Good question.
As we all sit here and wait for Brandon.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say I think the stream's a little bit
it is, but we got a couple minutes. You said that 3470 is the Weihenstephaner strain.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it should be the same as Imperial's Global 2.
I think there's a Global 2. I didn't know that.
Global as well.
Oh, Global as well. Okay, I was like, I have some Global, but all right.
Yeah, 62F.
It's super, super good.
Yeah, super.
Malt balance is nice. The hops there, clean finish. What do you think about the carbonation, Brian?
I think it's perfect.
Really?
I know I haven't made a comment yet, so I think it's like spot on. I still have foam on the top of my beer, and it's nearly gone.
No,
so
I don't, but I also don't have much beer left in my glass. So,
well, this is now the Brandon Edwards fan club meeting.
Pull up the banner. That's it.
Yeah,
don't have one.
Good.
We should make one.
We're blessed to have such talented people in our club, man. So yeah,
that is very true. To echo what Ian had said during our club meeting yesterday. There it is.
We can make a logo. We can just have that. You see how the Michigan Brews like logos in the background? We can just have those be like Brandon Edwards.
Just have a big red stamp over it. Michigan Brews Brandon Edwards edition.
Yeah. If you guys want to meet Brandon, we had him on one of our episodes early on, I think, right?
Nice callback. Yeah, he was on. He talked homebrew with us a while back. Brandon's also the guy, when you guys flake out on me, Brandon's the guy that I call up and or text and say, I may need you on the show tonight. So he's my backup you.
Perfect.
Because I don't ever want to do the show by myself. And I know Jordan's got to be a dad sometimes. And I don't remember, Brian, you were coming back from somewhere and yeah.
Putting out rabbit fires.
Yeah, sometimes I have rabbit duties. You can't really tell, but like right here, there's a blurred out cage. I have a rabbit in my office now. He's my rabbit bud. His name's Echo. He's a little old man.
Is Echo up for adoption, or is Echo one of yours?
So he will be. He's a hospice case technically. He had some really bad testicular cancer. And I won't even go into like the details, but like, yeah, he got those removed, and he has some pretty bad arthritis. So he's on like a permanent dose of a drug called meloxicam, and we just drug him up every morning and feed him all the treats that he wants, and he just hangs out and gets pets all day in my office. So yeah.
Give him some Duggo Eyes.
Yeah.
You're a motherfucking hero, Echo.
Yeah. Well, don't go.
He's
He's cleaning.
Yeah.
He's good.
I'm surprised you don't have a rabbit named Dunkel.
We will now. That's great. Yeah, we have our own personal rabbits. One is named Simcoe, and one is named Carmen after the Carmenel grape for like wine. And most of my beer is named after like some of our rabbits. So we have an old man downstairs. His name's Will Bill, and my wee heavy that we may get to tonight is named Will's Good Eye because Will's blind in one eye.
Jason,
So-
you looked stressed when he said that.
No, I'm drunk. You also have and he'll have to correct it or tell us where it is. But Brian also has a Benny the Red brew kit available for sale on somebody's website.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Label peelers.
Label Peelers, yes. Label Peelers sells Benny the Red IPA, right?
Yeah, it's Benny's Red IPA,
which is a recipe Brian came up with in honor of Benny the Rabbit or whatever, or he just used the story to win the competition, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe a little bit of everything. Yeah. No. Benny actually used to be an office rabbit of mine too. So I had I'll throw it in chat. I don't know if it'll actually create a link or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know. It's a good beer. It's I make it at least once a year.
So in full disclosure, when Brian told us that he won the Label Peelers contest and that they were going to officially make a Benny's the Red beer kit, I was excited for it. I wanted to buy a bunch of the kits. I wanted to get the club together, and I wanted to have people over, and we were all going to brew Benny's the Red. And then they released the price on it, and it was like, I don't know, like with shipping, it was like $50, and I was like, fuck.
Oh my god.
I don't really like him that much. Like,
me either.
Anyway. But no, that's something that's awesome. Yeah. Go check out Label Peelers, Benny's Red beer kit. Brian's supposed to get royalties off of that, right?
I think they fucking scrapped that thing. I never got a single check from them, so I think they scrapped that thing after like 3 months. They were like fuck this. The website, the affiliate website, doesn't even work anymore. So I haven't I don't care.
We'll get Label Peelers on the show next year as a
There
guest.
we go.
Be like, we'll corner him with like,
Give him some shit.
where the fuck is Brian's $12?
You owe this guy some money.
All right, we're an hour and 15 in to getting drunk on this stream. What's next? Because 11 or 9 people have actually hung with us, and I really hope that you're not just, playing this to your kids.
Fuck, what do we have, man?
Be pretty educational if it was. Don't be this.
Oh, we got to do the Perrys.
Oh yeah, let's try some Perry.
Brandon, still, seriously, this Dunkel is the best beer I've drank in a while.
Yeah,
so
dude.
thank you for that.
Yeah, the Dunkel's super amazing.
Which means, unfortunately, that Tim and David and Drew, it kicked your ass.
It's not a competition.
No.
All right.
It's always a competition.
All right. Are we drinking these side by side, or what are we doing?
I was gonna do a side by side because I got mine on tap, but
you do.
Sure.
I don't have 2 glasses, so I'm gonna do like small pours of each. Let's do.
So which one is it? Is that the P120? Is that one of them?
that's Brian's.
That's a dash, for like 2020. Not a dash, but like an apostrophe.
A sky comma.
Yeah, sky comma. Thank you. It's a dash, but twisted and up.
You're dumb. All right, what's the other one?
The green cap is Jordan's.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim, we're used to brewing better beer than all of us, so don't.
Okay.
Oh, McQuillan's on. What's up, buddy?
What up, Matt? You two each.
My
One of these days,
beautiful,
we're gonna
lovely,
do.
wonderful girlfriend brought me a glass to do a side by side.
One of these days, we're gonna do McQuillan's THC beer on there. That'll be fucking fun.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I think I had a conversation with him like at the beginning of this year, or maybe last year. Fuck, I don't remember about making one of those, and I never got around to it. But
no one's won the
makes the best MJ IPA that I've ever had, and it's the only one I've ever had. But that makes it the best I've ever had. Also the worst, but I prefer the best.
So, I don't know if I ever officially told McQuillan this. I know I told you this, but he gave me a couple of MJ IPAs. I can't remember what he wrote on the cap. I threw them in my public beer fridge. So in my garage, I have 2 beer fridges because I'm an asshole like that. I have one that's for public consumption, and I have one that nobody can touch. So there's a public there in my public beer fridge. There's 2 marijuana IPAs from Matt McQuillan. I don't remember what they are. I don't remember where they are. Someday somebody's going to come in my beer or my garage and grab a beer, and they're going to.
Someday somebody's going to come in your beer.
Yeah, well, they're going to come in my garage.
That's no.
And my beer is going to come in them.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, Matt. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, but
at least he's here.
The fact that it'll be fucking funny. All right, so Brian.
Green crap is Jordan's and yellow cap is mine.
Brian, Jordan.
Yep. Oh wow, already. Which one's in your left hand?
Hold on, I'll match Jordan. So Brian's is what shit, did you change on me?
No.
Don't do that. Why? No matter what I do, it seems to be
so Brian's is in the Pilsner glass here.
Yeah, Brian's is
darker. And then this is mine in the flute or tulip glass.
Oh, my camera's fucking flipping.
You haven't been on screen, so you're fine. It's all on your end.
Mine is darker. That's
I'm
really
saying
weird.
This is my
So let's work through what'd you do with yours, Brian? Let's work through that.
Nothing for the most part. I added nutrients to it. Just DAP. No, I'm sorry. I used just Firm K. Because I was all out of DAP at the time. And I used Saf cider yeast and fermented it at 66 degrees, I think.
So I'm gonna say right now, like as I'm looking at these, I don't know if you can see them in the thing.
Color's drastic.
The color's drastic, but fuck you and the carbonation, man. I thought I overcarved mine. Yours is like just fucking going to town.
Oh, dude, I serve mine sparkling.
That's like
absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So now this was from the same pressing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you both got the same weekend from Husted's farm. Tim called me a dipshit. My grandma used to call me a dipshit.
April's asking if we pick our glasses by the type of beer, and I do typically. April, not these nights usually, just because like I don't want to have like a whole lineup of different glasses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hate doing dishes. So,
but honestly, for the most part, I tend to just use like a Libby tulip glass. It's kind of my catch-all. I really like it for stouts. I really like it for IPAs. I really like it for like highly carbonated stuff, like my ciders and perries and sours and stuff.
I just feel like the tulip glass gives you a good funnel of aroma.
Yeah, it's kind of my go-to, and they're cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Every Michigan Brew show, I try to drink out of a Michigan Homebrew or a Michigan Beer Cup pint. That's really why I have a pint. It's more for what's on it in case anybody recognizes it. Not that you would, because you can't see that shit. But that's a Michigan Beer Cup or Michigan Homebrew. And then I always have a snifter.
I'm gonna say like just the nose, the difference on the two of them is amazing. So I really didn't do shit with mine. As you said, I threw some nutrient in it and pitched. Oh, what was it like? I don't think it's Lavalin. Whatever. Like somebody makes a dry cider yeast. It might be Lavalin. It's the first time I've ever used it, and just toss that in there. I didn't make a starter. Probably should have, but
So you got no flavorings. This is just yeast and
yep, just yeast
And
and
juice.
No,
cider.
no back sweetening for mine either.
Nope.
Do you know what yours ended at, Jordan? Did you take a final gravity reading?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
Mine, so all of my ciders from Houston or Husted or however they prefer to be pronounced, always finish dry, pretty much no matter what yeast I use. This Perry, I let it sit for about 2.5 weeks, I think, and it's still just finished at 10:08. Didn't ferment out all the way. So
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. I want to say like this. I didn't take a gravity reading, but I feel like this finished sweeter than my other ciders. I've still got 2 of them sitting. So
drinking them side by side. The one flavor, I get a flavor. So Jordan's, I feel like it's caramely.
I get butter. I get buttery.
Butter. Is it the butter? That's well, caramel. Caramel is sugar and butter. And I'm not. It's not. So for me, anyway, I don't know about Brian. It's not a bad buttery. It's not like what's the
I
buttery?
smell it, but I don't taste it.
Yeah, I actually feel like it's almost like a fall spiced caramel apple. I know it's pear, but
yeah, no, I got that. I was telling that to my wife before. I was like, I kind of get like some caramely notes out of this, and I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from because, like I said, I didn't do anything to it. So
it's almost like that artificial caramel. Like
yeah, yep. I get that on the nose a lot.
Not in a bad way. Because to be honest with you, hold on. So Brian, I get a white winey finish. And Jordan's, I get this caramel apple. I wouldn't even know it was pear. Pear.
No, I can see. I get a lot of spice off of the nose on Brian's.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah,
Like it kind of has a spicy nose to it. They're both very good. I mean, I'm biased for mine, but like
no, they're both really good. And normally I know Brian's a good brewer, and I try not to tell it to him too often so his head doesn't get big. But I do kind of like yours better with that caramely flavor versus the winey. I think mine came out more winey like Brian's. Mine's not carbonated at all. I hooked it up to CO2 a couple weeks ago to carbonate it, and I had what did I tell you, Brian? It was the poppet leaked, and I blew a whole tank of CO2 on it, and it didn't carbonate at all. So mine's still in there, but no, it's not diacetyl butter. Brandon, as Brandon just said, it's not diacetyl butter. I think Brandon, you need to somehow get some of this to see. It is caramely.
I would have Shayna taste this. Actually, I don't know if she's still listening.
she's got a pretty sensitive palate.
Yeah,
she's super sensitive to diacetyl, and so I don't know. I don't have I'm not really sensitive to it at all. I only taste it when she tells me that she tastes it, and then I really think about it. Yeah.
So like yours is almost more fruity, but I get that wine characteristic, that fruity, which I think I honestly, what did you use? What yeast did you use on this?
Saf cider, which I think is a relatively newer within the last couple of years.
That actually might be the same thing that I used.
Yeast, yeah.
It's the dry pack.
Yes.
I think I pitched Windsor. Dry packs of Lamalan's Windsor yeast. And
what's Windsor? Yeah, I've never used Windsor.
I don't know, dude. We had that Lamalan competition earlier in the year, and I had a bunch of it.
Oh, that's right. How much yeast do you still have from that thing? You must have like 20 dry packs still.
Yeah, well, minus 4 that I pitched into this Perry that I can't drink yet.
You put 4 packs of yeast into it?
Yeah, I did. Fuck you. You were there. You watched me do it.
So Brian, I'll confirm. I looked it up. I used Staff cider as well.
Okay,
So
that's really
yeast.
interesting. Same yeast. So the only difference is probably like potentially fermentation temperature, and I used Firm K.
Nutrients.
Did you use nutrients?
Yeah, I did. I used. I'd have to go look at my brew kit. It's one of the you and I got some brewed nutrients from O'Connor's
That competition. Yeah.
Yeah. I used some of that, and honestly, I didn't use a whole lot of it. I used probably, honestly, I shouldn't have, but I think I used about half of what the recommended dose was.
Okay.
So to have you both use the same pressing of juice and the same fucking yeast and get just these two vastly different beers.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Drink.
Yeah, I don't even know how the color is so different.
No, the color is. I mean, Brian's yours is so much darker.
Yeah,
and neither were bad. I mean, I want to stress out. I really enjoy both of these. I do get more of a white wine kind of characteristic from Brian's. I get a caramel apple spice from Jordan's. I like Jordan's more just because I don't want to like Brian's.
That's fair.
I'll take it.
I like the no, I think that more interesting.
Well, you guys are both biased.
My
vote's the only one that counts right now.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. I only poured like half a bottle of each, so
just needs to be mixed.
I wish people could see the aftermath of all of our shows. Like, I don't have like a specific place I'm putting my bottles. They just get like spread out to the side of my keyboard. And
over on the side of my desk. You see my desk glowing over on the side here. God. Just out of sight here. I have a stack of bottles.
Like it's I won't even usually take care of them like that night either. Like, it's just like
no,
you go to bed and wake up in the morning for work. And you walk to your office and like it's just like aroma.
No, I walk in here in the morning and I'm like, what in the fuck happened? I want to check though. Shayna, what did you mean by I completely agree? Did you agree with me?
She is caramel.
Did she taste it?
Did she taste caramel, or did she just like Jordan's better?
So I keep saying that Shayna has a better palate than me, and I say that for a reason. We are studying for the BJCP exam, and she is kind of pushing me because she's the better taster and stuff like that. So we're kind of in the process of studying and stuff like that. And
I actually think it would be great if like she, scored like national level judge and you just failed. I mean,
that is not out of the cards. Absolutely. Yeah.
The caramel.
So she doesn't get any butter whatsoever. So she gets caramel. So I just fail.
It's weird. It's a good caramel apple. It's definitely an artificial caramel apple, but it's not bad.
I got a question for you, Brian. Did you use any findings or anything in yours?
I did. Oh, that's one thing. Not findings. I used pectic enzyme in mine as well.
Yep. I use pectic and I sorbate, potassium sorbate.
Yeah, I didn't stabilize mine at all. Yeah, so no sorbate or anything.
So I haven't tasted mine yet. I got a batch of from the same pressing as you guys did. I threw 4 packs of Windsor and I think 100 grams of DAP or something like that. And it fermented out to, I think, like 10:05 or something. It dried right the fuck out. Haven't tasted it. Haven't carbonated it. Sitting in a keg. Someday I'll get back to it.
Drinking alone's fine, April. You gotta catch up. Number 2 is
no, yeah, you're not drinking alone, you're drinking with friends.
You got friends. Cheersies.
Where's the horn, Jordan?
Yeah, yeah. Normally you're drinking out of the horn.
That's over here. I just these two, I was drinking out of this one earlier, and well, the tulip glass was already down here, so I didn't want to dirty up more glasses because the horn's kind of a pain to wash.
Oh, that's fair. I remember you saying at one point in time, if you drink out of the horn wrong and put it down, it tends to like foam up and splash.
Oh yeah, it gets me right in the nose. Like, it's not. I enjoy the horn. It comes with it's this nice little like stand to it and whatnot. So it's great little like.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that was a. It was a gift from, I think, Chase and Alyssa.
Oh,
a few years back.
are we continuing on past Perry? I think Jason just had to run to hit the head real quick, but
Yeah,
we still have more. I'm good.
I kind of want to try. He didn't want to, but I kind of wanted to try Jason's seltzer.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
kind
let's
of
do
a
that.
seltzer horse, so that's
My cat came to join me. This is
Hey!
This is Dimitri. He's super happy to be on camera, as you can tell.
The internet loves cats, so maybe we should just get him his own camera.
So I did. And this has been a long show and a lot of fucking liquid. So yeah, drink my seltzer. I'm gonna while you drink the seltzer, I'll finish off this Hams.
I forgot
So-
your headset's wireless, so you can hear us while you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, these are
Tell
great.
us a little bit about your seltzer while we crack her
So
open here.
it was so I'm friends with Ed at Arclight, and Arclight brews their seltzers with a combination of dextrose and rice syrup solids. And so this was, I believe, 8 pounds of dextrose and 3 pounds of rice syrup solids. It should have come out at about 7%. But because my basement was cooler, and I didn't get full fermentation on it, it actually finished at about, so it's about 5.5%. So I think it finished at about 10-20. So there's some latent sweetness. I could have warmed it up and fermented it out the rest of the way, but my wife and I both like the sweetness on it, so we kept it.
You hit the clarity like on the head.
Yeah.
Like, see right through that. That's perfect.
So I carved this and I put it on tap without flavor, and I bought SodaStream and Amaretti syrups, and I'm actually flavoring as I pour, and it's working out. If you in a bar glass or a pint glass, if you pour about 1 inch of seltzer and flavor with a couple of drops and stir it up, and then fill the rest of the glass, it mixes nicely. You still get the carbonation. So I put 3 drops of blueberry and raspberry in each of those bottles. The flavoring might be pretty strong. I didn't mean to do 3 drops.
We'll try
I meant to do 2 drops. But it's got a little sweetness because, again, it's under attenuated.
I need to apologize to Drew from earlier in the show. I had mentioned some like yellow color in his, and while there may have been some, I being the smart guy that I am, just realized that I've been pouring all of my drinks into the same cup. So what did we just drink? Well, Perry with like a little bit of yellow color and shit. So everything that I've been drinking, especially the seltzers, have been taking a little bit of color from everything else that's been in.
I was gonna say there's a slight
I'm looking
tint
at Jordan's,
but that's because
it's nowhere near mine
in there.
Yeah.
No, I mean like it's I got the horn right here, which is clear for the most part. And
you should keep it in a doll. Horn in doll.
Yeah, like there's no color there.
Fucking somebody.
No,
joke. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
I really, so Tim just said, I love the idea of plain seltzer and adding flavoring, and that's what I was doing. So I'm doing another batch of it where I'm going to dry it out to as close to 0 as I can. I'm going to keep it warm. I'm going to do the same thing. It's just Amy and I liked the sweetness on this one. So it finished at 1020, started at 1070, finished at 1020. So it's 5.5%.
Thanks, Drew.
Yeah, that's like a perfect ABV for a seltzer.
First thing that I got on the nose. Oh,
Yeah.
no, sorry. Go ahead. No, please. Sorry.
No, my intent was to cut it with water and actually split it into 2 kegs. I was going to go for 5%, but I was looking to brew like an 8% and get like 3.5 gallons of each keg.
I would say that's usually what I do is I'll brew like a 2.5 gallon batch at like whatever 10%.
Yep.
10-11%, and then I'll just take water, treated water, and pour it on top of it as soon as I put it in the keg.
It's funny, Lance actually from Omega said the same thing. Like they seem to see cleaner seltzers when you brew big and dilute.
Mm-hmm. Well, the more that water profile takes over, I'll actually with my seltzers I'll kind of over salt it if you will, like the additives like calcium carbonate one. I'll add a little extra to that. Um, and I don't know. It just kind of gives a better water profile to me. But I would have
So what
given
do
you
you-
guys some seltzer, but we blew it over the weekend.
What do you get on the nose, Brian? I want to know what you think.
Alcohol.
Do you?
I did. It's not there anymore.
No,
But my very first sniff was and I don't know if that's the extract or if that was like the like actual like ethanol, but it had like an alcohol, like an ethanol sort of like aroma to it. It's gone now and all it smells like fruit.
So the flavoring I use they are by all means artificial flavorings.
Yeah,
Even amaretti, I think they're concentrates. So they may use a natural base, but there's definitely some chemicals there.
Can I tell you what I'm really excited about though?
Yeah.
So as we started the show, you were shopping for something, and that was the tap cooler. And I think that oh no man, yeah. So I think that the carbonation's low, and I'm really excited for you to have this because you can crank up the fuck, dude. My ciders, my Perry, I serve that shit at like 24, 26 psi.
No, I agree with you totally, dude. That's honestly why I bought that tap cooler tonight. Because after filling those 4 bottles for you guys, and I was like, this is such a shit show.
Yeah.
And I literally like on this seltzer, I'm like filling the bottle, waiting for the fucking foam to die down, filling some more, waiting. I knew you were going to lose the carbonation on it. So I agree with you completely. And I can't wait to get that tap cooler.
Yeah. I love taking a sip of something and just having it like fucking burn my tongue down.
What do you think about the flavoring of the fruit? Because that's got.
I told you I wanted blueberry and raspberry, right? And that's what you used.
You did. Well, originally, so for the viewers, I had 8 different flavors. I had cucumber, mango, peach, blueberry, raspberry, strawberry. I don't know, some other shit. And I asked Brian, what flavor do you want? He was like, I want them all. Like mix them all.
One of each.
Mutt fucking drink. And I just said no, like fuck you. No.
It would have been too much considering, yeah.
So
it's a little strong.
I think so. I did 3 drops of each flavoring inadvertently on each of them, and I think it's too much. So,
it's a little strong. Yep.
Yeah.
But not in like it's not like an undrinkable way. It's just like you can tell it's like in there as like an extract flavor, but it's not bad.
No, I think 1 to 2 drops is enough, but I wasn't using pipettes so I'd figure that out. It's funny, in the bar I actually showed Amy, I'm like, I was taking my bar skewers, that I would do like cherries on a martini with, and I was dipping the bar skewer in the flavoring and putting it in the glass and then pouring on it, and that was enough. The flavoring is just so concentrated.
That's how Lance recommends adding olive oil to fermenting beers, right?
As Lance would say, or I'm gonna paraphrase for him. Fuck olive oil. So, no, I mean, I'm happy with it. I think it's good for the bar. I'm really excited about the next batch that I've got. That's going to be a lot drier.
I had no idea what you were using for amaretti flavors. Like, I in my mind imagined like what they have at like Starbucks with like or wherever with like the pumps, and I could totally imagine that being like way too much, maybe. But
no, I actually use the amaretti. Actually, let me show you. Because I like to share.
You've been a real big sharer tonight.
I have been. So I use their.
Do we have a record for the longest running like a stream? By the way,
we're not there yet. It was close to 2 hours.
Was it really? Jesus.
Yeah. So I did this. So this has got you got the amaretti blueberry and raspberry out of this.
Okay.
So this is the premium berry pack that I bought. These are actually advertised for sodas and seltzers. But I do want to call out, like, not to get there's to the tap cooler I just bought, Amy. Yeah. I do want to call out that SodaStream has these, and they work great. I mean, no, they're not for beer, right? They're for seltzer, they're for pop, they're for whatever. They're unsweetened. I actually get better flavor off the SodaStreams. That SodaStream watermelon and the SodaStream cucumber and seltzer is fucking amazing.
Oh, the cucumber sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. So this pack of SodaStream flavors is $25. You get literally like 5 bottles. They're only just a little over an ounce, but I mean, you're putting 1 drop per pint.
That's not bad.
So these are going to last.
Lime, because a cucumber lime like seltzer would be like.
So I thought I had a lime, and I didn't. I told Brian actually I was going to do a watermelon lime.
That would be good too.
And I didn't have it. But literally this $25 of flavoring is going to last me. I mean, all year, honestly. So
one other thing I can't wait to try. I still have yet to brew a seltzer. I'm going to try that during the winter here. But
I don't know if we have Jason to blame for this, but I feel like dextrose prices are going up.
Dude, it was one day. So
one other flavoring that I've heard is really popular are the snow cone syrups.
Oh,
yeah.
Like ices and stuff like that.
Yeah. Where do you buy those? Like
Amazon.
Do you Amazon have an ice cream truck?
No, actually, Gordon Foods too. And if you go to Gordon's, you get them in the gallon jug for like $12-13. It's stupid. It's stupid. Now you really are on those. You're not going to use drops. You're going to use pumps. You're going to use 2 or 3 pumps per pint.
So hear me out on this. But there are companies that make energy drink syrups.
No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
No,
I don't want a monster seltzer.
Okay. So I'm drunk and I got the shakes.
Up that thing to like 10%. If it tastes like a rock star.
Put my heart into a constant flutter. I don't need a regular heartbeat. I'm not normal.
No. All right. So we're at 142 right now. I think we have to end it at 2 hours. We can't go farther.
This is one of the longer shows.
It is.
It is.
We still got 10 people watching. Wow.
What do you want to drink?
We can do this. What do we have? We have
That's because we have friends. It's nice to know that the 3 of us have at least 10 friends out there.
You can tell I'm feeling it, Mike, because this is not a filter. My cheeks are getting rosy.
Yeah. Bam. I am red. And how do your ears feel?
They feel normal like ears, Brian.
Oh, damn it. Okay. All right, we have a wee heavy and we have a black IPA, so let's do a half and half. No, not a half and half. Let's do
beer cocktails.
No.
Cocktail portion of the show.
Oh, shit.
All right, you do the black IPA. I'm not going downstairs to get some.
All right, well, I'll be right back.
Wait, what's he doing? I missed that. I was laughing. Oh, okay.
So when he gets back, we'll do his wee heavy, and maybe you guys can drink the half a bottle of black IPA that I brewed. But I don't really want to go downstairs and get the black IPA, so
that's fine.
I'm finishing your Perry though, because while he's away, Jordan, you kicked his ass. This is fucking tasty.
Oh, thank you. And there's no everybody's saying artificial flavoring. I didn't do any artificial flavoring in it. I don't have time to plan that shit out with having a kid right now. All my ciders that I have are just like yeast and shit. I back sweetened one of my apple ciders with some concentrate, and that's it.
I'm really. I didn't mean it in a bad way. It has that kind of caramely candy flavor, but and that's where I got the artificial. But I'm not saying like, people take artificial flavoring in a bad way, and sometimes it is. You get that chemically stuff, but I'm not. This is like that candy caramel flavor. So, so Patrick, it's my black IPA. I brewed it for competition this year. It's won a couple in the past. It's done well. For these two guys, it's a little overcarbed in my system right now, and I think I gave you each about like 3/4 of a bottle, and that's why I think it's going to be shit.
All right, let's do it. Let's drink shit black IPA.
Do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't expect anything more from you, man. So
no, it's fine. Fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
Someday,
I love you, brother.
Because I'm friends with Arclight. Someday this will be on tap as a Cascadian Dark Ale.
We talked about this when we had him, the guy from Arclight. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. Wonderful with faces. Names, not so much. What was his name again?
Ed.
I was going to say Tim, but yeah, Ed. See, that's why I don't say names immediately.
So originally, and I hope he watches this, and if he does, fuck you, Ed. Originally, Ed said that he would never put a black IPA on tap because he hates black IPAs. But then I give him my black IPA, and he's like, God damn, it's good. So we said we would call it a Cascadian Dark Ale, which is a joke. It's really a black IPA.
You'll get some people telling you it's not a joke. Like, there's a difference.
It's a joke. Fuck you, you fucking.
It's definitely dark.
Yeah, no, it's a stout. So I get this. I have Colombian Grind as my coffee stout that I've been brewing for quite a while. And I have Judgment, which is my IPA, which is a Citra Chinook based IPA. And I took the malt bill from Colombian Grind, and I took the hop profile from Judgment and put them together. So this is a stout base, heavily hopped with Chinook and Citra.
Smells great.
No Cascade.
No.
It's not a Cascadian Dark Ale. Yeah.
I know. But
what would that be?
We'll call it whatever the fuck we have to get it on tap. So someday, just because we're friends, I like that. David Jones says, I've been saying that since the fucking Obama administration. You're absolutely right. I've said that shit to Ed multiple times. I'm like, how many fucking times you can tell me you're gonna brew my goddamn black IPA? And Ed, I hope you watch this. Fuck you. Brew my goddamn beer. It's about goddamn time.
This is great. It's not bad.
Jason, it tastes like an IPA brewed with Cascade hops, but also dark malts.
Thanks,
like
Brian.
Chocolate. Like it's almost like Cascadian yet dark, and yet still an IPA. I don't know how else to describe it.
It is what it is.
Jordan, your cheeks are awful pink, buddy.
Yeah, I told you, dude.
So Tim says Tim thinks he's laughing his ass off that Brandon's going to brew there before I do.
I'm not gonna lie, I might laugh at that too. That's sorry, Jason.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Sorry, Brandon. I love you, brother.
Jason, so I have did I give you the I don't know if I gave you one, Jordan. Have either of you tried the Black Calder?
No, I haven't.
Black IPA from
Cherny.
So I have a few cans downstairs. We'll have to try some sometime soon. So Black Calder is the first fully black-owned brewery in Michigan, and their very first beer that they put out, as far as like production goes, was a black IPA. And for the life of me, I can't remember the hops off the top of my head, but
this isn't going to work. It's not going to show in my thing.
Fantastic.
I just told Ed I just told Ed that he has to brew my black IPA before he brews.
He has to brew it.
Before he brews Brandon's NEPA, he has to brew my black IPA.
All right, man.
I did. Brandon, I'm sorry.
What'd you just spill all over your desk?
It had a cap on it.
What is it?
It's fucking dipshit's Perry.
Anyway, this stands up to Black Calders. They're both very good.
Does it really?
It does. I don't taste black IPAs very often. Black Calders was like probably the best IPA I've had in quite a while. One Wells was the last time I really had like a black IPA that like a big brewery put out. I can't remember what the name of it was called. But this is very good too.
I'm gonna say out of all the styles that I've brewed, that's probably the style I've brewed the least. Just because I think I've only attempted it. I think I've only attempted it once, to be honest.
I will say, and I wonder. I'd have to go look at the style guidelines, but it's chocolatey, which I like, but I wonder if you'd get dinged for, because sometimes I feel like for the black IPAs they don't want a lot of that dark malt presence; they just want the color.
So I get where you say that,
but I can't remember.
That is,
but I like it that way.
It is my highest scoring, highest meddling IPA.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna say I think it's pretty well balanced. Like the bittering with the dark malt plays well.
Yep.
I would hope so. I really like it.
Yeah, you get that fruitiness up front, but then you get the bitterness mixed with the dark malt, like, and the chocolatiness. Like it all plays very well together. It's a very well balanced beer.
Cool. I feel validated now. Thank you.
And guess what? I enjoy the carbonation, Jason.
Oh, highest
I
praise.
think it's good.
You better print that out and put it on your wall.
Way the fuck over.
Even if it was a low pour.
I'm trying to explain to Ed why he has to do my IPA before Brandon's mango. I'm sorry, Brandon.
Maybe you should watch our show every week.
Because Brian liked the carbonation.
Yeah, exactly.
I told him it's because my pride is on the
line. Talking real shit. There you
So yeah. All right, what do we have left?
Just the wee heavy.
The wee heavy. Let's drink that motherfucking wee heavy.
It's 10%. So what better way to end on except on the strongest beer?
We've got 8 more minutes. I really don't want to go over 2 hours.
Yep, that's fine. We don't have to drink the whole bottle. Just pour yourself a half glass. And for our repeat listeners, I don't know if you remember, but our the best show that we ever had was actually our Scottish Ale episode. So I was actually just trying to make Jason choke while he drank that beer, but it didn't work.
So that was the show where neither of us knew what the fuck a Scottish Ale was. We announced the Scottish Ale show, and then we started talking about other shit for an hour. Because
we did was reserve Scottish ales for another show later on.
Nobody's ever going to do another Scottish Ale show. This is it right here. Brian's Wee Heavy. That's Scottish Ale 2.0.
I feel like we should have another
technically
like 2.0 show.
There's a Scottish Ale category, and this isn't even in that anymore. It's like strong European beer now, right?
Wait, did they take that out?
Yeah. Just like just like Russian Imperial stouts are all kind of bastardized into the Imperial stout category. Or double IPAs rather are under strong American ale.
They are, yeah.
I do like myself some wee heavy, so that's what isn't that what Bell's Christmas Ale would be classified as?
Hold on, I actually have the label right here.
I'd say that's
Thanks, Brandon.
It's a Scotch ale. That should
be
like
Scotch ale.
Those names are
7.5%.
synonymous, right?
So I don't think it's necessarily a wee heavy. I think Bell's Christmas Ale is like a spiced Scotch ale, maybe. Fuck, actually, I don't really know.
I don't
I
think
need
there's
to
any
go.
spices in it.
No, I don't think there is. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. That's gonna bug me now.
Go buy a 12-pack.
Yep, that's the only way to.
Yeah, just suffer through it. I would say, like, this is.
Look at how
Right.
carbonated it is. Did you pour it hard? Did you give it a hard pour?
I don't do hard pours, man. It does. It looks decently carbonated. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably too dark here, but
Yeah, it looks okay. It looks wee heavy-ish.
yeah, it's a good color.
So, I try to brew usually one, at least two a year. 2020 has been a weird year for everybody, especially like I don't know, but
Yeah, it has been a weird year. I feel like a bad brewer because I think I've only done like 5 batches of beer this year.
well, I mean, you had a kid, so I
Yeah,
don't feel bad.
yeah, that's my excuse.
You had very much more
Next year
priority.
will be better.
Yeah.
I am thinking of probably doing a couple batches over the Christmas and New Year's holiday though, because I've done ciders, I've got a couple meads going, I've done a bunch of seltzers. I bought like a pack of beer. It was whatever Goose Island, pack, whatever. Costco had it, the variety pack. Not bad. Never had it before, but beers aren't bad. But man, yeah, nothing replaces having beer on tap.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was going to be able to just like, yeah, I can get by with ciders and meads and seltzers for a while, but no,
That's fair.
beer's great.
So nobody's ever going to watch this show this long. You know that, right?
We still have the same amount of people on for some reason. I don't know what you guys are still doing after
and
2
of
hours.
them
But...
are listening to us. So thank you for hanging in with us for so long.
Absolutely.
Brian,
I can't imagine April's still doing dishes 2 hours later. So if she's still here,
If she's still here, let us know. How's the dishes going?
I mean, Wee Heavy it's Wee Heavy. It's great. I mean, for Wee Heavy.
Thanks, man.
But who the fuck likes these Scotch ales, dude?
Me, man. Oh fuck, it's my favorite style.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, man.
Whatever.
Like Bell's Christmas Ale, Robert the Bruce.
Jordan.
Like, what's that? You can let me get closer to my microphone so I can hear you speak better. What?
I said, kiss his ass more. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's like I want to go wrap Christmas presents now.
Maybe that's why Bell's like classifies theirs as a Christmas ale. Yeah.
So I recently picked up. I saw I think it was at Megabev. Just this random 4-pack. It was like $10-12 of just Belgian Christmas ale. I have some bottles upstairs. I can't quite say what they were, but that shit was fucking amazing. It was like 9.5%, but yeah, it was about this color. It was pretty dark, but still had like that Belgian-y flavor to it. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, it was kind of like a weird cross between a Scotch ale and a Belgian ale. Like I don't know. I enjoyed it. I wish I should have brought a bottle down just so I could show it, but
it's malty, it's rich, it's sweet, raisiny, spicy. God damn it! I should be wearing red and ho 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 and motherfucker. It's a Christmas ale. That's what it is. It's not that like it's not my go-to. I don't right now. As I stare at the table of Christmas gifts I need to wrap, it's great. It's fucking
and everything's moving and waving back and forth.
Yes. All right, we are 42 seconds away from being 2 hours.
Does that mean we've hit like our record? Like, I don't know.
Have we never done a 2-hour show?
I don't know.
I feel like we have.
Who the fuck would hang out for us? So do we have any parting comments?
No, I don't.
You know, there may be another episode in 2020. There may not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a surprise. You got to unwrap it.
Dude, it may be pre-recorded. It might not be live. Probably won't be. I will say this. Thank you for hanging out with us this year and letting us get drunk on camera with our friends. This is
It has been a really weird year, yeah.
And I appreciate the 10 people that are hanging out with us and the 20 people that will watch this on the replay, but not this long. They'll actually probably watch the first part and then skip to the end. So thank you.
I do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, we just did 2 hours. I don't want to keep people. We're pretty much done. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
You can actually hear us talk during it. I'm just gonna hit play so we can keep talking.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. We made it through 9 beers tonight.
Logo. Yeah, go.
Great logo.
Go us. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Cheers.
Cheersies.